Let's begin. So probability, right? So probability is the likelihood an event occurs, right? It is a value between 0 and 1. Sometimes there is set probability. So what does that mean? Let A and B be two events. One, the main equation I need to know, probability of A union B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersect B. Two, probability of A intersect B, could rearrange it, right? Probability of A plus the probability of B minus probability of A union B, right? And they give you this one in the formula sheet, so this is called the universal thing, and they give you it in the formula sheet. However, this is the only one that they give you, right? Unfortunately. So, yeah. Right. The third one, probability of A given B. This is the probability A occurs given B has occurred, which is the probability of A intersect B over the probability of B. Notice here, the last letter is what goes on the denominator, right? So that's something to note. Sometimes it could be a bit confusing, but yeah, just once you remember the last letter goes last, yeah. Let's take these down. I want to do the couple others now. No, it is one that is given in the formula sheet. Two is just rearranging one. So I just, if you want to look at it this way, this was brought here, this was brought here, right? I just give two because some people make the mistake and put it as a product, right? All right, the fourth one, 4. the two events A and B are independent if the probability of A times the probability of B is the same as the probability of A to intersect B. Right now, this is like almost for sure. If they give you a set probability, this is one that they will almost for sure bring, right? 5, 2 events A and B are mutually exclusive if the probability A intersect B is 0. Six, the probability of A only, it is also written as the probability of A intersect B complement, is the probability of A minus the probability of A intersect B. All right, now this is, think about it, right? If I want A only, I'll take the probability of A and minus everything from that has B in it. So A minus A intersect B. This is one that people tend to forget, right? So right, we have, still even for minutes again. I want to do last year's one, right? So let's look at this here. See if we could come up with it. All right, give you all a couple, well, actually it's 4 marks. I'll give you the 4 minutes. Let me know in the chat what you get for only chicken or only chips. Right. So they say that 55 purchased chicken, 80% purchased chips. 11 of the persons who purchase chicken, 11% do not purchase chips, right? So that means that 11% purchased chicken only. Wait, why would you put K as chicken? You know what? Weird question. Why? Where do you? Right? So they put 11% as chicken only. So that would mean that inside here would be 55 minus 11, which is 44. So inside here would be 44%. How did I get that? They say of the persons who purchase chicken, 11% do not purchase chips, which means that 11% purchase chicken only. So who purchase chicken and chips? It would be those who purchase chicken less those who do not purchase chips. So that's 55 minus 11, which is 44. And those who purchase chips only would be 80 minus 44 is 36. So therefore, the probability that a person chosen at random purchases only chicken or only chips would be 36% plus 11%, which is 47%, right? So again, write out everything there, right? So if you put 0.47, that is also correct, right? So again, you look at the onlys. Yeah, that's what you have to look at. All right. So that's 4 and 1, 5 marks. So you just have to be careful there. All right. Now you could also put 36 is what? 80 plus 11, 9% outside to make it 100. Right. So good question, right? So is it 11% of the 55%? No. So of the students who purchase chicken, 11% do not purchase chips. It would just be 55 minus 11, not 55 by 11. All right. Okay. Oh, let me give you a, let's take this down. All right. Let's try this one, other set probability now.
Sir, isn't this any formula sheet?
Yeah. Right. So in the formula sheet, they give you this one. Not the given, right? So yes, correct. Yeah, you usually do. Usually have, oh, I mean the statistics formula? Nah. Right? There's when you're doing the statistics part, I'll show you an easier way to remember it. All right. So we're gonna have probability of A union B is the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersect B. So I rearrange it now. I bring this on the side. Probability of A intersect B. Probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A union B. So I'll get quarter plus 3 over 5 minus 7 over 10. Forgive me, I do not have a calculator. 20, that's 5 plus 12 minus 14, which is 3 over 20. The next part, probability of A given B. Remember, it is probability of A intersect B. The denominator is the last letter. So if it was B given A, then it would be divided by A. So that is 3 over 20 over probability of B, 3 over 5 by 5 over 3 is this, 4, we get a quarter. All right. State with reason if they are independent. Tell me if they are independent. In the chat, just let me know yes or no. All right. Are they independent? Yes or no. You don't need to put the reason. Yes, it is independent. So remember, to prove independence, you find probability of A times the probability of B, which is 1 over, sorry, yeah, 1 over 4 by 3 over 5. This is 3 over 20. And that is indeed equal to the probability of A intersect B. Therefore, they are independent. All right, they love to bring this independence type of question. So yeah, always multiply, right? Just remember that. All right, let's take that down. We'll do another one. All right, if you don't get it as well, all right, just remember it'll be on the video, right? Let's see what was the statistics question for 2021. We'll do that one after as well. Okay, so I have to do notes for this one. No, I'll do sample space after. And this one as well. All right, so there's there isn't any other set probability, but I feel it'll come again, right? So let's look at selection probability. Right, so the probability a specific item is selected is equal to number of specific items over total number of items. Right, so the probability a specific item is selected is the number of specific items over the total number of items. Right, with replacement means after every selection, the item is replaced and without replacement means after every selection, the item is removed, right? And I want you to remember this. And means multiply, or means add. Right? So let me do an example. Example, we have 5 apples, 8 oranges, selected with replacement. Let me give you all a chance to take this down. All right. All right. So 5 apples, 8 oranges, selected with replacement. What is the probability? Find the probability of 2 apples to probability of an apple and an orange. You're picking 2, right? And probability of orange of 2 of the same fruit. All right, so take a couple minutes, try it. Correct, right? Very good point. So when I say an apple and an orange, I want you pick. You can either pick the apple first, then the orange, or the orange first, then the apple. So remember, and means multiply, or means add. So I mean, in your head, you read it out, right? So for the first one, probability of 2 apples, I need 1 apple, which is 5 over 13, and I need another apple, 5 out of 13, 25 over 169. Nice, right? So 2, the probability of apple and orange means, remember I said and an orange, right? So I could pick an apple then an orange, or an orange and an apple, right? So I need an apple or an orange, and an orange, or I could have an orange and an apple. So you see what I mean by or means add and means multiply, right? That's the thought process that needs to be going on in your head. 40 over 169 plus 40 over 169, 80 over 169. 3, 2 of the same fruit. Right? I need 2 apples, so an apple and an apple, or I could have an orange and an orange. Yeah, so you're getting it, right? So in your head, you read out the scenario like that. 25 over 169 plus 64 over 169, which is 89 over 169. So in your head, you're reading it out like that, right? So hopefully that will make things a whole lot easier when you're thinking about it. Remember, let your internal voice do the calculation. So you say an apple and an orange, right? So I could pick an apple and an orange, that's right. Or I could pick an orange and an apple. So in your head, you're looking for the keywords and or. All right, nice. Next thing we have to do, something called probability space. Right, this is a table showing all the possible results. So for example, roll a 6-sided die and flip the coin, right? So we'll take this down. So in this case here, we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the results of the dice. All right. And the coin could either be, hold on, there's this. All right, like that. Right? And the coin could either be heads or tails. So if you get 1 on heads, 2 on heads, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? We have yeah. All right. So you write out all the possible outcomes. Right? What about this? So you'll try this one for me. 2 tetrahedral. What is tetrahedral? 4-sided dice are thrown, and the result is multiplied. Draw the probability space and find the probability that the result is a prime number. Try this one. Yeah, so a die is usually 6 sides, right? But sometimes you have those. So if anyone has played Magic the Gathering or D&D, any of those games, right? You sometimes have a 4-sided die, right? And they like to bring those because actually no, they play Monopoly Go these days, so they most likely will bring a 6-sided die. Right. Also, I heard a key to success in this AdMath exam is if you like uninstall Monopoly Go, you're actually supposed to start off with 5 extra marks. That's just on my head, right? So you shouldn't uninstall Monopoly Go, and that will be your key to success. Yeah, and if you don't have it installed already, well, yeah, for sure. All right, so this case here, right? So I have four-sided die. So obviously make a table better than mine, right? My table, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm multiplying the result. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 6, 8, 6, 8, 9, 12, 16. So what's the probability? It's a prime number. How many prime numbers we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. The prime numbers are 2 and 3. Number 1 is not a prime number, right? So you draw the table with your two outcomes, right? You have die 2, die 1, right? I write out all the possible outcomes. I have my four sides here, my four results here, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have my four results here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I multiply 1 by 1, 1, 2 by 1, 2, 3 by 1, 3, 4 by 1, 4. Likewise, going down the line here. And I do all of them, right? So that's my probability space. And now I need to determine what's the probability I get a prime number. So I have 16 possible outcomes, and I have 4 of them being prime. So that is 1 out of 4. Now, the probability of this kind of question coming is low, however, it can still come. So that's why I still decided to do it, just in case. The last thing in probability we have to do is everybody's favorite thing, multiverse theory, right? No, tree diagram, right? Now, this is just basics to multiverse theory. It's just that this shows all the outcomes when there are choices, right? Each source has respective branches. Right? Each branch has a probability. I think everyone's okay in tree diagram. I'm still going over it and going along branches, we multiply. All right, let's take this down, and I want to look at a couple of questions here, right? So right, so after this, we'll do statistics. We'll call that a class, right? Tomorrow is really one where we'll push. I'll do a review of kinematics, right? And then um, yeah, go review your kinematics and then you will tell me whatever, right? So we did the three big hitting ones, trigs, the logs and the C-suits. We did probability, we'll do stats tomorrow, the kinematics, and then we'll after that you all will let me know, right? What we're looking at. Yeah, that's fine. So I will take the 2022 paper and we'll just do a full run of it. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Tomorrow we'll just take 2022 and go straight through it, how you approach the question and what should be your mindset going into it. All right, try this one. 2019, right? Good question. Three? Three is a good time to start Zoom tomorrow. Everyone should be okay with three. And we'll go till like whatever time, right? Right, we'll go until I'm tired. We'll take breaks in between and whatnot, but yeah. All right, so let's try this question. Remember you have to write down each way you could arrange it, yeah? I'm not sure what I'm starting with yet. Most likely kinematics. Yes, without replacing, yes, I will upload it. Upload the class from tomorrow, so you can watch it any night or any morning. No, without replacement. So it's a vendor, right? So a vendor is just he only have 15 apples on the tree. He don't replace it. So remember what I said, we could have, you're right, you're in your head, you're saying I could have red and green and yellow, or I could have red and yellow and green, or I could have green and yellow and red, or I could have green and red and yellow. Now, if you know permutation and combinations, you can use that as well. If you don't, which chances are you may not, that's fine. Just write it out, right? You could have yellow and red and green. Could have yellow and green and red, which becomes 5 out of 15 by 6 out of 14 by 4 out of 13, which is that? 5 by 6 is 30, by 4 is 120, 15 by 14 is 210, by 13 is 2730. Then same thing here, 5 over 15 by 4 over 14 by 6 over 13, 20 over 2730. No, they say contains one of each color, right? So that's for this question here. Only one of each color. So you're picking 3, so you could only have one of each color. So therefore that's, they can have red, red, green, green, and so on. All right. So when you look at it, it's all the same thing. 120 over 2730, 20 over 2730, 120, 2730, 120, 30. Multiply by 6, or you can add them all together. You get 720 over 2730. Look, Prasad asked an excellent question there. Is there a way to do this without brute force? Yes. Is there a way to do it without brute force that we learned in advanced? No. All right. Let's just leave it like that. What do you do? You'd have to do. Yeah, no. What you have to use this if you're using advanced, right? The things, the other stuff would be outside the syllabus, right? So without the brute force would be permutations and combinations, which, yeah, no, right? So brute force means that you're just doing writing out all the outcomes and multiplying it and all those things here. And that's why it's 4 marks. All of the same color, red, 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 or yellow, 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 or green, 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 which is 5 over 15 by 4 over 14, 3 over 13, 60 over 2730. Yellow is 4 out of 15 by 3 out of 14, 2 over 13, 24 over 2730. Green, 6 out of 15, 5 out of 14, 4 out of 13, 120 over 27. When we add them all up together, you would get 204 for 2730. All right. All right, so let's take a 5, right? And we will get into statistics next. All right. All right, so let's go to statistics now. I actually think I have some statistics notes already. All right, so yes, I do. So there are two main ways of representing data in ADMAth. You have the stem and leaf and the box and whiskers. The common formula: mode is the data that appears the most. Mean is the sum of all the data values over the number of data values. Median is the n plus 1 over 2 term, where n is the number of terms. Lower quartile, which is Q3, upper quartile, which is, and lower quartile Q1, upper quartile is Q3. Interquartile range, Q3 minus Q1. I'll take this down. Oh, don't worry about this stuff on top here. We'll get to the notes there. The formula is really the main stuff, right? All right, so we have the range, which is the highest minus the lowest. The semi-interquartile range, Q3 minus Q2 over Q3 minus Q1 over Q2. The variance, that's the one everybody struggle with. Summation of x minus x bar x. Let's change this. Summation of x minus x bar squared over n. So what you're doing, you're taking each member of the data set, minusing the mean from it, squaring it because it can't be negative, and adding them, and then you divide them by n. Right, that's the one everyone gets confused with. Standard deviation, square root of the variance. Yeah, so like you'll add up all of them, and then you divide by n. Oh, n is the number of terms. Yeah, so I'm going to do an example of the variance, don't worry. None of these are on the formula sheet, unfortunately. I don't like the one they give on the formula sheet. The one on the formula sheet is for group data. And from what I've seen from the past papers, they're hardly given group data. They're only given you on group data. That's the hard part about it. Yeah, they mainly give on group data. And I'm going to tell you what standard deviation is exactly. Do I think they will bring it? No. I don't think they'll bring standard deviation. Does that mean you shouldn't study it? No, I don't agree with that either. Okay, how to word this? If you find standard, and I'm being honest here, right? Be honest with you guys because it's the reality at this point. Now is not the time to be learning something new, right? You don't want to bust up your brain learning something new and forget all the stuff you did, right? If you don't understand standard deviation, and it's something that, because the most standard deviation to come for is 3 to 4 marks, right? If you don't understand standard deviation and variance, come back, do that question last. Don't worry about it, right? If you understand standard deviation and variance, right, and you know how to do it and you're confident, leave it out and come back to it last because it takes so long to do. I want you to know what variance is. Variance is the spread of the data. Actually, hold on, let me make sure it's not. Right, so let me say that standard deviation is the spread of the data across the mean. The smaller the standard deviation, the closer the values are to the mean. So for example, right, if I have a standard deviation of 3, that means my data is fairly close to the mean, right? As opposed to if my standard deviation was like 20, right? Then that is my data is far apart from the mean, right? Let's take that down and then we'll do a question. Yeah, going back to the formulas now. Yeah, so the example for standard deviation is like if I get a standard deviation of 3, that means my data is very close to the mean, as opposed to if it's my standard deviation is 20, then it's far apart from the mean. All right. All right. So go back here. Then we'll do an example. Oh, there's one other thing I want to cover as well, right? All right. So I want you to note something here. For Q1, Q2, and Q3, if your value is a decimal, find the average of the two surrounding numbers. So if I get Q1 is the 6.5th term, then Q1 is 6 plus 7th over 2. Yeah, we're doing paper ones after the paper two. All right, we'll do a set of them. I also want to do the paper ones for math as well, right? Because, well, after what went on, yeah. Right. So what else you need to do? You need to do the stem and leaf diagram. It breaks down a set of numbers into a table. It looks something like this. P is 1 slash 0 means 10. The stem is the first part of the number, and the leaf is the last part of the number, right? All right. The key reads stem/leaf. Numbers are in ascending order, no commas separating numbers in the leaf column. We'll do one, right? The advantage is no raw data is lost, and it's easy to obtain mode, median, range, IQR. The disadvantage, time consuming to create, difficult to maintain for large sets of data, right? Right, there's another diagram we have to do, but again, give it a little time. All right, box and whiskers. This is a diagram drawn to some scale and contains 5 points. The lowest value, highest value, Q1, Q2, Q3. Q1, Q2, Q3 make the box. Highest and lowest makes the whiskers, right? So, put that down. Now, after all this, we'll do a one big stats question, and we'll call it a class, right? Right. So it looks something like this, right? You have our lowest value, Q1, Q2, Q3, our highest value, and some sort of scale. Yes, the scale. Okay. Yes and no. It has to be accurate, but don't go and put put like 1 millimeter is 1 unit. So use that as your guide. But yes, it must be an accurate scale. All right. All right. So last question. Oh wait, no, the advantage and disadvantage. It sorts large sets of data into a concise form. Easy to see the spread of data and easy to obtain Q1, Q2, Q3, and range. However, the disadvantages is that raw data is lost and it cannot read easily without prior knowledge. If you see that diagram and didn't know what a box and whiskers was, you'd be real confusing, right? So we also have skewness, right? We'll get to that after. To the advantages and disadvantages. All right. Skewness. Think of a number line where Q2 is 0, right? Q2 minus Q1 is greater than Q3 minus Q2, so you have more stuff on the negative side. That's negatively skewed. If they're equal, you have neutrally skewed or no skew. And then this one, if this is 0, you have more stuff on the positive side, so it is positively skewed. That is for when they ask for the shape of the distribution. All right? All right, so let's go. The following marks were obtained by 10 students. Should I make it easy for you guys? Yeah, I'll make it easy for you guys. Let's make it 11. All right, because almost out of time, right? But we go in extra time, right? So let's do 30, 30. Yeah. The following marks were obtained by 11 students. Find mean, mode, Q1, Q2, Q3. Expressed in a stem and leaf, box and whiskers, find variance and standard deviation. All right, so the first thing, mean. Oh, let me do over the values. Should have never had that. Try to just leave all it to work out the hard thing. No. So we want to be nice. Over 11. So that is 204 over 11. I really shall leave it like that, because then only would I get the practice with the medians with the middle, but too late to do that. 18.54. The mode is 30. Should I never do it, Ah, boy. All right, so that is what? 11 plus 1 over 4 term, which is the third term, which is 11. But I just want you'll note what you have to do, right? The process, right? Where you have to, make it add it, divide by 2, and so on. Is plus 1 over 2 term, the sixth term, which is 21. Is the ninth term, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 30. That's 0 here. All right, so check your answers. Right, so you can't get a box on whiskers that have only one whisker, like in this case here, right? Or whisker, no whisker there, right? Can't happen. Notice I have a accurate scale. Yes, it is accurate. Don't care what you'll say. It is accurate. Don't care what you'll say. It is accurate, right? So 30. I have to do this. All right. I really had to do what that variance, right? All because I just want it to be nice, Right, so let this be a lesson. Don't be nice, right? 18.54. 18.5. Point 18.5 over 11. Ignore that limits question. When you'll reach form 6, you'll do that. Yes. All right. Yeah, you could use 18.55. 18.55. 18. No, I said the box and whiskers is possible. It's just that this time, remember your Q3 and your last value is the same. So you could just have a box with one whisker, right? That's happened. All right, so all right, well, give me like 5 years. Let me put this in the calculator. So you're supposed to get 1226.73 over 11, which is 111.52, and the standard deviation is the square root of 111.52, which is 10.56. So how do I use the variance formula? What I'm doing, I'm taking each number and minusing it from the mean. So I'll take 1 minus 18.55 squared over 11. Then I take 4 minus 18.55 squared over 11. I'm taking 11 minus 18.55 squared over 11. I do it for each one. 30 minus 18.55 squared over 11. Taking each number, minus any mean, right? Squaring it, because I can't find the square root of a negative number. So I'll square it and then divide by n. All right, guys. So that'll be it for today's class, right? Now we hit statistics, probability, trigs, logs, indices, sieves. Next class, look at kinematics, differentiation, integration, somebody say polynomials and so on. And then we'll look at a full paper. We'll look at how you would approach the 2022's paper, right? Cool. All right, guys. So I'm going to upload this, well, as soon as I am. Right? I'm going to upload this as soon as it converts. Today's, I don't know why it was taking so long today, but yesterday, but today I should have it to you by tonight. All right. Now I will be, just hit me a message, right? yeah, hit me a message if you're doing any questions tomorrow. I will try to answer as quickly as I can. All right. So if you can't get me on WhatsApp, you can email me as well. All right. So just a reminder, my number is 357-625. Right? If you want to WhatsApp me to get the link directly. Also, too, it will be on the YouTube channel, right? So the YouTube channel that has the first video, right? I'm sharing it as public, so it will be there one time, right? So yeah, it will be there. All right. All right, guys. So I will see you all tomorrow. Right. Best of luck to those who do in bio or Spanish. Even best of luck to those doing bio and Spanish. All right. All right, guys. So I will see you all tomorrow.
Later, sir.
Later, sir.
Okay, sir.
Have a good day, sir.
Have a good night, sir.
Good day, sir.